Okay, so as you guys saw in the end of the last video, we got the head back together and everything kind of mocked up. The injectors aren't in, fuel line isn't, or the fuel rail isn't in, but it's just kind of mocked up. But today we are going to be bolting up the intake manifold and the exhaust manifold and going to be putting it back on the car, and maybe, if we're lucky, at the end of the video we'll be able to turn the key and start the car. Let's see.
Why?
Alright, so while my dad is sleeping, I'm going to put on the exhaust manifolds, and yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then probably try to put in the injectors and mount the fuel rail and then the intake. So while I'm sitting here just kind of putting around screwing in bolts, I kind of want to say something about like this whole build. I don't know what I'm doing. I've never built a car. I've never rebuilt a head. Going into this, I didn't know if I was gonna finish it or not. Like, I didn't know if it was gonna work. I mean, I still don't know if it's gonna work, but I mean, it all moves. The cam rotates and the rockers do stuff. The valves go in and out, and I mean, that's pretty good, right? But I mean, it's kind of cool that going from knowing nothing to knowing something, and like doing this is such a big thing. Like, not a lot of people rebuild their heads, and even less people rebuild their heads completely in their garage. It's just kind of an interesting thought. The exhaust manifolds are on. Okay, so putting the intake manifold back together with the fuel rail in. I've just got all the injectors on the fuel rail, and then we're gonna be popping it in here, getting all of the injectors lined up, and then they should just press in. Up next, I'm going to be putting in the this guy. Alright, so the intake manifold is all there, and it's ready to be put on the head. I'm going to scrape off the what's left of the RTV, and then we'll get the gaskets on, we'll bolt her down. Alright, so we didn't really record any of this, because it was pretty intense. The whole thing was rough. But we changed out the engine mounts on both sides, and we drained all of the oil and put in a new filter. So yeah, that's done. That took about 2 hours. It was a pain in the ass. Oh yeah, the old engine mounts were absolutely boogered. This was the worst of the two. Look at that. Terrible. The top half of them, both of them were torn off. Terrible. So, that'll be a big improvement.
Like a little bit more.
Time for the bitch tube. So the head's now on the car, and we got the studs right here, and my dad's putting those in while I'm working on the throttle body. There was a hose that was stuck on the bottom of it that had rotted out, so I'm just getting that off and replacing that. Alright, so it's been pouring down rain. It's been so loud. I just caught a break in the rain, so I figured I'd go over this. So we have the head on, and we have the bolts just kind of taut. I just finished getting the cap and rotor on. Everything tightened down. All of my coolant lines are on. Basically all of the lines are on. We still need to bolt up the exhaust. Still need to torque down the head studs and put the valve cover on. Got to put on the hose that goes from the intake to the fuel pressure regulator, and need to put the intake, or the yeah, the intake on and a couple other things, but it's getting real close. All right, so we've got everything put on. We've got everything put on now. Everything's plugged up. We need to put oil in the car and put coolant in it, and then we'll start it. And hopefully it'll work. Oh, damn, son.
How much goes in there?
Everything's on. We're about to try to start it, and the battery's low. Fuck. Now let's go get a battery for the camera. Ready?
Doesn't sound really loud.
Yeah. Let's see. Starting the car. Take 2.
The first time.
The second first time of starting the car after the head rebuild.
Oh, what a goofy.
So, as you guys saw in the last clip, the E30 is running, and it's running quite well actually. It's so much better than it used to be. The misfire is almost gone. You get to like 3.5 grand, and it'll stutter a little bit and then go to 4. And I don't know quite what that is, but we're gonna figure it out. Yeah, so that's where everything is. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will be doing a video on like my first impressions of the car as it is now. I might do a review of it. I also have a little story that I want to post too. So there's a couple videos that'll come out of this, and yeah, after that I've got a new set of wheels coming in, and there's something special to go with that. So yeah, stay tuned, you guys. I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.